Okay, someone is here. Not bad, huh? I can't zoom? Yeah, I can zoom. I just missed this. Like, you see the leftovers from it. There was a huge red sun as I was heading here. Could see it in the distance. Still quite beautiful. Okay, guys, I'm gonna be stealth mode behind the camera for a little bit more. I'm actually in stealth mode just in general now, like when you see me. Yeah, well, you saw the thumbnail, right? I am in stealth mode. You know, because you don't have to see me to talk to me. But there is a little gym here, so I might, here in a bit, just do a little quick sesh. Tony for 20 Tokaboats. Hey, bro. Hey, bro. I just asked you when we're gonna start coaching, right? Right, man. Like, Tony is someone that's been like positive in his comments, following me for some time, but he seems to be on and off with everything he's supposed to do. I got that right. Tony for 20 Tokaboats. It's a good screen name. I'm sorry it's shaky. It's like there's no, well, stabilization when you're live. You see, this is quite a nice outdoor gym here. Yeah, it's talked to me a little bit. Because I'm doing this now because, well, lately I've just been, I go out, I have tons of stuff on me. Like, I have electrolytes. I just get equipped to be able to stay out for a long time. And yeah, now I'm gonna call with someone in a bit. So I figure, well, I'll just go live here and see what's up. Tony says, well, this is good. You and I have a little conversation to begin with here, Tony, and then we'll see if some people drop in. Let me see. The chat comes and goes. There you go. You did. I am off. What does training me look like? I live in America. Well, it's online coaching, bro. So the difference between coaching and traditional PT is that while a PT, they can help you, you know, right in the gym. They can push you there, they can correct your form right there, but that's all they can do. They can only help you with that PT hour. Like, most PTs will not help you with diet or anything. So that's the only thing you'll get out of that. And to be frank, most PTs and commercial gyms, they suck. They are just not good. So what you get with the coaching, the minus is that you don't get that, someone that's actually there with you when you're training. But the plus is that you get everything else. You know, like me, when I work with online clients, like the sort of program that you would probably be on, Tony, we would have a first call where I interview you about like everything. Oh, what's your age? What's your stats? How tall are you? What do you weigh? Tell me a bit about your history. What's your life situation, work, family, everything. And after I have every info I have, I come up with what I think is a good starting point for you with training and diet, depending on your goals, strategy for that. And then I have a software, a training app, where I work with a client, and you know, you log everything so I can see what you're doing. And then, well, on that program, there's no more calls. Then we're just in touch via chat and all the logging in the app. Like, what I do with those clients is I check in on a weekly basis, like ask some questions about the week, give some input on whatever they say. So that's what it would look like with you, Tony. Yeah, I would interview you, make a program based on the info I find, and then we, you know, you would follow my program and talk to me, chat with me in between, until you got in good shape. Yeah, some more people coming in. That's all good. I'll show myself. Let's see, because there's a stealthy stream. Like, you will see even when you see me, that I'm in stealth mode, even not just behind the camera. But I'm gonna stay stealth mode until, like, I'm not even gonna show myself if not enough people show up, come in, show up. I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you. But, you know, 3 likes, 9 people. Can you like the guys that didn't like? M&M Art Center Gallery says Sweden Heart. Yeah, that's where we are. Captain, this is a funny question. Captain Alwand, is it okay to hop on gears for a while, then quit? So with gears, I guess you need gear just like steroids. Like, is it okay? Man, that's like up to you. Like, you have to decide in the end. Like, me, I'm a natural bodybuilder. It's part of my values that I do not want to take steroids, both for sort of health reasons, but it's like, I want to see what my body can do on its own. For my sorts of goals, it's like I wouldn't even need steroids. They are almost contradictory to some of my goals. So that's what I'm gonna put forth when I talk about it in my videos. There's no reason for me to be all like nuancing, like, oh well, maybe if you go on gear, it's your choice. It's like, well, I disagree with the choice, but if you decide that, hey, I'd like to go on a cycle and squeeze out some gains, and then do a post-therapy cycle, or what is it called, post-cycle therapy, and go off and try to keep gains from that. It's like, well, that's up to you. I cannot say, is it okay? You decide if it's okay. I would advise against it, but do you see what I mean? Yeah. I find it funny. It's just like, it's not personal against you asking a question, but it's like, is it okay to about a thing like that? It's like, well, you be the judge. Like, yeah. Tony 4020 Tokyo Balls. Cool, man. I really like the idea of setting me up with a program. Well, as long as you can afford it, you know. My coaching isn't the cheapest one, but it is like it is cheap compared to what you get. But yeah, you gotta have a job at least. I have no idea about your life situation, of course. Yeah, but I have, to be clear, I have one really expensive program, my elite program, and then I have the more pure fitness program. That, of course, when you're working with someone like me, like a content creator with a certain philosophy, like you can always approach it in a more holistic way by just the way you approach it. But what I'm saying is that on my elite program, I really have more contact with people and I get the chance to dig deep into their psychology, right? While on the other program, it's mostly focused on fitness, but then if someone reports like having trouble with something, I can give some mindset input as well, right? 16 people. Okay, I'll do the reveal at 20. That's what I was thinking. Can you like, though? Let's say that we gotta have at least 10 likes and 20 people watching. Then do face reveal. Let's see. Evil people pretending to be stupid. A little pray. Thanks, Hans. Let's see. Tony 420 Tokyo Balls. I am an HVAC service tech. How much is it? So I don't know what that means, but let me think now. My second program, I mean, I'll always say this, the one that can afford the elite program, it's always better. It's just that for certain goals and certain people, you wouldn't have to have it. But anyone that can afford it and wants to work with it should pick that one. But so the cheaper program it's $296 for 1 month. So it's quite expensive for 1 month because I want to motivate people to pick more. So already if you take 3 months, it's $746. So you've saved like $150 there. 6 months, $12.95. 1 year, $19.99. I have all the numbers. I have the numerology inspired numbers. But so basically, $300 1 month, $750 3 months, 12 or 1,300 6 months, 2,000 1 month. And so the elite program is pretty much 4 times as pricey because you get at least 4 times as much of my time too. But that one is it's like $750 for 1 month, $2,000 for 3. It's $3,500 for 6, and 6 for a year. Dollars we're talking. Okay, so 15 people and 10 likes. So now I just need 5 more people. Let's see here. Let me know what you think, Tony. Forum. Hey man, thanks for introducing me to fasting and neck training. Really appreciate the work you do. Hope you keep going forever so I can get the Giga Chad Grandpa strats when we both get old one day. Yeah, man, that's the idea. As soon as I would, you know, be a dad, be a husband, and even further down the line, a granddad, I'd like to do content about that as well. So that's awesome feedback. And I'm really happy. It's so cool. So many people you don't know. And you're telling me now, like, oh, thanks for doing the, introducing me to fasting and neck training. It's like, yeah, those sounds like things that I would do. That's really cool that you took them because they're completely unrelated, right? It's not fasted neck training. That's the thing. It's two very separate things. So that's cool. Appreciate you, man. Suicide Production says, not only is it dangerous, but I think steroid users don't even look good. Yeah, so what I'd say about that is that, you know, people, it's different. That's my thing too. If someone is just a guy that wants to get a little jacked, like, oh, is it okay to hop on gears and then go off? It's like, well, that's kind of gay. You know, you're not even going to try to max out naturally. You're going to try to get shortcuts like that. Like risk shutting down your endogenous production. Honestly, risk getting addicted, because a lot of people that say that, oh, only one cycle, you know, they end up wanting to do more, right? So, you know, I think it's kind of a stupid idea for the people that I try to reach, but it's so different when we're talking like competitive bodybuilding, maxing out. It's like, yeah, I still wouldn't want that body, like a Mr. Olympia body, but it's cool. The physiques are cool in more like almost a freak show sense. It's like we're not looking at a beautiful, healthy body anymore. We're just looking at, this is the fucking beast you can become if you use everything available at your hands, right? So that little tangent, just to be like, yeah, I agree that it doesn't really look good with a super enhanced physique, but in the setting of the competitive bodybuilding on the highest level, it's like, okay, I see the thing, you know. But yeah, like, yeah, that's the thing. I think people are so fucking stupid that they would think that I am on steroids, not only because of the way I talk about it and the values I present. Like, I'd had to be a complete psychopath if I'm lying about it. But yeah, I mean, it's strange when you don't even want to do it. I don't think it looks good. And yeah, what do I? It's so interesting on my end. Like, I did a little post or Instagram story about this yesterday, that for me, that knows the truth, that I have not taken anything. It's so interesting to think of the psychology that someone will write to me, for instance, I'm certain that you take steroids, and I'm unsubscribing because it undermines your entire message. It's like, how the fuck can you be certain of that? Because it's not true. It's like, what are you going by? The fact that I look too good? I look too good, you know, but I weigh 83 kilos, like nothing insane. And I have no side effects from steroids, like the nasty look we're talking from steroids, like ridiculously pumped, you know, and bloaty and all this shit. I have no acne, nothing like that. So yeah, it's just, from my end, I have gotten upset about it in the past, you know. A little bit of like my hard work is getting discredited. At this point, I've gotten too much of it to really care in that sort of way. It's more like, as a coach, it's annoying because you like to reach everyone, like crazy coach as I am. It's like, can you just fucking get it, that it's possible? But it's also fascinating. Like, when it's so clear to you that I know that these people are seeing ghosts. What is the psychology there? Okay, we're close to face reveal, but we haven't hit 20 yet. Mia He says, lol, hello King. Hey Mia He, good to see you. Och Milton Nisblad, hey the Solar King. Hey Milton, du är här i Stockholm nu va? Vi hörs när jag är tillbaka från Gotland. Okay, we have 21. I guess I do the face reveal. Let me set this up. Yeah, how do I do this? Just a second. Yeah, I know I'm supposed to be able to. Yeah, let's try this, yeah. Okay, as you see, I am stealth mode right now. We gotta change the camera. Yeah, there we go. You know that, guys, that I'm just gonna move away because someone's coming here. I'll go train in a little bit, but you know that, guys, I made that video about how people treat you when you are ripped, and it's like all good points, like things that are enjoyable. I talk about the sort of attention and admiration you get. And look, that's all cool, but honestly, more than ever, I felt this year that I, of course, go around shirtless a lot and stuff, you know, but I felt, even when I have clothes on and stuff, I felt so, I cannot go anywhere without everyone staring at me. And that may seem like a humble brag, and, you know, to a degree it is that, like, yeah, I mean, people don't stare at anyone in that obvious way, that it says something about you. But still, though, me who generally likes attention, I've gotten sick of attention lately. Like, it's, so that's why sometimes it's not even cold. Like, it was raining before. I was actually recording a video before that I had to interrupt because this crazy rain came. But I'm not really wearing this now because I'm cold or anything. It's just like, I don't want to be all jacked, all visibly jacked right now. I go stealth mode sometimes. Let's see. Did I meet Tony for heating and air conditioning? What about heating and air conditioning? Aha, that you work in that. Okay, I see. But yeah, man, Tony, just before we move on, if you are interested in the coaching, you can, we don't have to talk about it here anymore. You can send me a direct message on Instagram or send me an email. It's in the description, should be in the description, even if it's a live. Let's see. Golden Pavilion. What happened to that guy who tried to jump off a bridge? So I guess you're talking about like a video years ago when this guy, first day I meet him and he's in this like psychosis. He's like gotten into his head that he's gay, right? And the thing about me is that I don't really, it could be a big discussion. It's not that I don't believe in some people being gay, but a guy like him that's never been gay, there's nothing presenting about being gay. He's just become more and more degenerate, you know, with drugs and sexuality, like cam girls and all this shit. So I just feel like, you know, the degen that's looking more and more for like, what can I do? Will find it even like, I mean, what if me and some bros just jerked each other off or something? Because it was so weird. And this guy, basically, also, I'm not going to tell the entire story now because there's a video, but basically, in a very weird state, like probably he'd been on like benzos, maybe amphetamine, like been up for at least a day. So he's like weird in his head, right? But he tried to like ask if I wanted to go home and try gay sex, basically. And you know, I didn't get offended at all. I've stood and hold this inspirational speech to the guy about how he needs to change his life, and he's all like, And then suddenly I saw something in his eyes, and he's like, well, you live quite close, right? I'm like, yeah, I know where this is going, you know. He's like, would you like to go there and like try it? And I'm just so like, did you listen to a fucking word I said? You know, and he realized immediately, got all ashamed, and yeah, then the next day, because I didn't try to be mean, in fact, the opposite. Like, I tried to pretend it didn't even happen. I just went back to, yeah, well, look, man, you gotta get a good diet, you gotta start training, blah, 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 blah. But then the next day, I hear that he tried to jump from a bridge. And it was this kind of stupid, not real suicide attempt, because it wasn't high enough. He just broke his foot. And that ended up becoming to him a little bit like my panic attack story. You know, that not because breaking the foot is so bad, of course that's a thing, but more like, you know, really deciding that I'm trying to kill myself and then surviving, right? Realizing that, maybe I didn't want to kill myself. And he got his shit together for a while. I think he's always done better since then, but honestly, I don't think he has too much going on. And to be honest, I mean, I know he watches this channel. I don't know if he would watch this stream. I'll just be radically honest that I like the guy. I love all people. I want people to succeed. But the times I've met him, I just feel like, bro, I cannot hang out with you. You know, like, you're... how can I say it without sounding like super mean and arrogant, you know? You're just not on my level at all, and you're not humble about it, you know? I feel like I'm taking care of a kid hanging out with you. So, yeah, no, that's what happened to the guy. Okay, I wasn't gonna talk so much about it, but this was fun. Let's see. Swagger, swag. Glorious view. You mean my face now? Ted K swag. I don't know who Ted K is. Why? Dripping, brother. Why the guy that always shows up at the live streams, like true, like OG on the live streams, been around since the viral video last year. Milton asks where everybody's from. That's interesting. Like, you know, interesting question. There are mosquitoes out here now. Grind King 88. The chat comes and goes, you know. It's already dark here. In Germany, Kernun. How much carb do you eat during the day? So this is the thing. There's no point in asking me what I do when it comes to, like other than if you're just curious, you know. But the thing is, it's always like this. When you're a coach that has like extremely good results themselves, to be frank, you know, have their regimen so in check. It's been such a long time since I have to count things to a T, you know. So right now, I auto-regulate. Like, I end up, in the summer, I have such high metabolism, and I'm not trying to gain weight. I often end up losing more weight because I'm so active. And when I'm like creative and into things that inspire me, I forget to eat, you know, or prioritize away. I eat later. And I have to try to catch up on carbs and protein later in the day. And I'll drink a lot of juice because that's something that's easy. Even if I don't prioritize a big meal, I can get a lot of juice in fast. But yeah, what can it be right now if I just think of some average? Because the point is, like, it's different on different days. Like if I'm super active, I'm gonna get much more carbs. And if it's like a really hot day, I'm sweating my ass off, I'm gonna get lots of carbs from the juice. But I don't really count it. Like, what can it be? If we think about yesterday, I mean, probably right now, I would say, depending on the day, most days, between 300 and 500 grams of carbs. And I would like more, probably. Like, I end up lean. It's so crazy in the summer for me, guys. Like, I will try to eat a lot. I will, now I'll gain weight. I put all that fat in the food. And I'm like, no, you're more lean. Something just happens in the summer. Danny says, Myrin fit. Yeah, come on. What's up with the chat? Why did everything disappear in the chat, or is it just for me? I cannot see beyond that last message. Top chat. Really? Can anyone tell me if the chat actually was wiped or something? This is strange. What can I do about that? Hey guys, I think so. YouTube just flipped out on me. Yeah, okay, I think now, but it was like good that it flipped out on me because I think I can see the chat again. Live chat. No, it's like I can't scroll back up. I can see the recent message, but for some reason, my ability to scroll up went away. That's annoying. Can I do it so the chat is at least pinned so I don't miss anything? That's so strange. Like, why are all the apps so buggy all the time? You know, all the biggest sites, you'd think that, you know, YouTube has an app that works well. Okay, I think now too. I had an error with YouTube as well. Yo, finally a live stream. Yeah, I had a glitch too. Let's see this. Yeah, sorry. This girl I've been seeing, we were gonna call, but now she was tired after work, and actually I'm enjoying the stream now, so I'm like, oh no, that's too bad. Super happy to talk to the guys instead. Okay, so some of you got a glitch. Lesio de Sousa, nice place where you live, man. I'd love living somewhere like that. So you know, I live at the northern edge of the city. So it's you know, because I think I'm someone that I'm really tired of a lot of things about the city, right? Like everything is fake and toxic and poisonous and robotic, right? But of course there are good things about a city as well, but I'm tired of it. I think I'm long for nature, but there's a reason I've stayed in the same place, even though when I've been living in different apartments and stuff. It is that here, it's like on a little hill, so you know, it's a little secluded from the city, And then there is this lake and there is this forest really close by. So, you know, you get kind of some of both worlds living here. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I love it here, actually. RSM Pride. Have you ever thought about combat sports instead of bodybuilding? Not instead of. I mean, it's such a big part of my entire school of things that I teach people, you know. But I have people ask me all the time, it is something that is on my list. So, you know, I can totally see in a few years when I feel like bodybuilding is going to be on the back burner at that point, like just maintaining, maybe do, you know, halving the workouts that I do, hypertrophy workouts. Among other things I'd like to add in then when I have more resources again, would be some kind of martial arts. Yeah, like you say, I get it, only have so much time in a day. Exactly. Exactly, man. Should we do some training here? You know, I love this, guys. You know, it sounds always like I'm bragging to a lot of people, but I want to tell you things that I think are so great for me that it's like fascinating to me, you know, and I want other people to experience it because it's so unusual that now I train today, right? I don't have to train, but I just love moving my body so much that why not? You know, I don't have to do a full ass, like all in workout, right? I can just use my body a bit. And you know, so many people are just not like that. So I'm not trying to brag, like, see me, even here, even though I train every day, I go here when I don't have to. Like, yeah, I can be proud of that, but the point is really like, I was so lazy. You know, when I started training, I didn't want to train, I didn't like it, right? Gains, brains and everything. You look like you're recovering from a hangover. Well, I am a bit exhausted. I'm not hungover. Like, so many things have been going on lately. Like this sort of state for me, you know, you're simultaneously exhausted and simultaneously super inspired, because you're exhausted because there's a lot of stuff going on, but all the stuff going on is like good stuff. You're excited. So I'm in this place where I'm just like, you know, I'm a part of me would really just like put this away and rest. But as you see, when I talk to you guys, I'm like all excited. I have lots of stuff to say. No, but I was talking before on how I go stealth mode sometimes now, that in my videos I show off as much as possible, but honestly I get tired of the attention I get sometimes. Axel Söderlund, you look Swedish, man. Bro, what time is it in your time zone? So it's actually, I'm up a bit later today, because let's see, it's, well, 20 past 10, and so I usually go to bed at 9. Lately I've done some exceptions to be social, but here, okay, I get interesting messages privately here. Where were we? Yeah. I'm traveling tomorrow and I actually want to be a bit tired on the boat so I can fall asleep, because I have a hard time sleeping on boats and stuff. So I do this strategically. And then I was just like, well, let's go live. Someone asked me about it lately, like recently. Head crab patty. That looks like a decent outdoors gym. Does it have plenty of weight available? The thing is, there's no weight in the gym, but there is like some kind of locker here. I never used it, but you use some kind of app and you can look. You can take out like dumbbells. I've seen people take out dumbbells, but other workout equipment that you can like borrow there. But I usually, in outdoor gyms, I usually just make it more difficult without, you know, making... what would you say? Progressions of an exercise. Make it harder just by the way, the form you use and that. Grind King 88. Are you still a natural bodybuilder if you take certain medicinal herbs that, let's see, that are said to increase testosterone levels? So look, I'm not saying, not you now, because you make me think about something when you ask. And so I always think the point when like steroid users want to downplay, or what do you say? What do you say? Relativize. That's how you would say in Sweden, relativisera. And you want to kind of downplay the steroids and be like, well, actually, these amounts of creatine, they don't appear naturally in nature, blah, blah, blah. It's like, you know, don't we all understand that it's a health choice, and there is a difference between anything that's just some kind of herb or something, and injecting the actual hormone. The actual hormone can shut down your endogenous production, and you get many side effects. While these herbs, it's more like they may assist the body, like most of them probably don't work or do much, but they may assist your body in its natural production. And then if you quit, there would be no harm done. You would just go back to baseline. So you see, it's like the question of like what even is natural is ridiculous, really. It's like the point is between steroid bodybuilding and the other bodybuilding, right? Like I've never been big on the herbs, but I actually recently tried this Tonkat Ali. Good night, Milton. Yeah, Tonkat Ali, you know that one, that's one of the herbs. And like I say, because I've had high testosterone and made good gains, it's like, you know, I look into things, but then in the end I'm like, I don't have to try everything. But I just, for whatever reason, I was just like, I want to try it. So I got some Tonkat and I started taking it. And something I noticed was that I felt like I started noticing girls more, like that I had higher libido. And I didn't think of the fact that I was taking Tonkat. And yeah, I just noticed, like, what is it with me? Like, I linger on. I like, if I see a girl, I'm more like, whew, I have to follow and linger on. And then I realized, this has been happening kind of throughout this time I took Tonkat Ali. So I think it actually might have done something a little bit for my testosterone or libido there. But you see, I still count that as like natural because, again, if I quit taking it, there will be no harm done to my own production. Hey, what's up? Saladin Yilmaz. Handsome man Steve rocking the Chernobyl drip. Exactly. How did you get rid of panic attacks? It's like, why do you have to ask that question on the stream, bro? It's like I tell that story all the time. It just seems like, you know, I am sick of how often I have to talk about it, but I have to many times. Like, but what I'm saying is like, is that what I'm supposed to talk about here when you can ask about anything? You're going to ask about the main thing from my story that I have so many videos talking about it. Self-imposed exposure therapy. Going on sick leave 50%, trying my best to go there then, so I get a little break, the other 50%, but I have this program of trying to get out, face the panic, get triggered, write it out, you know, and gradually teach my nervous system that, hey, there's no threat. You don't need to freak out. You don't have to give it the experience of dying. It's actually fine. It's actually cool. Long story short, that's what I did. Progressive overload with that kind of thing. My take on antidepressants. Look, I'm trying to get some training in now, and now you're asking all the good questions. It's like me, you see me, I will complain if you don't ask questions, and if you ask too much when I put the camera away, I complain also. Impossible to please, right? No, but antidepressants, it's like, I have said this many times in recent videos, I'm a non-dualist. I don't see anything as either good or bad. Like, yeah, no, I think it's a good idea. Or like, no, don't ever take them. It's contextual. It's most sometimes that it's individual choice. And it depends on the context. The way I would say it with an antidepressant is that, first of all, someone that it's even on the table, that they would take it, I would first be like, well, have we tried everything here? Have we tried proper diet, sleep, training for an extended amount of time? If we have done all those things and the person still feels like I'm so low, like some things that I know I should be doing, I cannot find it in me when I'm this depressed to get it done, then if you go on an antidepressant as a stepping stone, you know, the antidepressant brings you to the center. So now you have more energy to go do some things that will help you. Like, let's say, starting training or training harder or something, right? If you then, now when you've used the antidepressant to get to a higher point, now you go off it. That's the way I see it with most medications that should rarely should be a permanent solution, but it's not that you cannot use it at all. It should be an intervention. It's just like the keto diet and carnivore diet and stuff. I don't think it's a permanent thing, but I think it can be a great stepping stone at certain times. Have you tried behind the back deadlifts? I've tried it, but I haven't done all that much weight on it. Myggskydd, casino sport. Yeah, I would need that. My legs are bare. He's like mosquito protection. Did I miss something? Grind King 88. I like natural products. Don't get me wrong, please. No, and look, because you asked about the herbs, right? Uh, yes, it was you. Look, that's something you have to get used to with me, that when people tell me things and I'm here as a coach, like to educate, sometimes when you say something, you'll make me think about something related. So I start talking about that first, but I'm not really like, if I'm saying that something is stupid or you shouldn't, I'm not really saying that you said that. And like I'm trying to get to you. So like you triggered a bunch of thoughts and then I will circle back to you. So, you know, the answer is like, go ahead. I won't judge you. I won't say that you shouldn't do that or that you're not natural if you take some of the herbs. That's my personal answer to you. Did I miss something else? Oh, there's so many mosquitoes now. Like, there's another, this gym is cool. There's another one where there's probably less mosquitoes because it's not as close to a lake, but I would have to go quite a bit. Let's see here. Head crab patty. Okay, some of those contraptions look like they have weight. What calisthenics progressions have you done? Let me... The thing is, guys, these are the things that, again, I know I can sound so like I am the best, that I know the best, that it's like everything is different for me, but it kind of is. Because when you say like what variations or progressions I've done, it's like whatever suits at the time, you know, whatever is available, I will figure something out, you know. How do I do this kind of movement easier or more difficult? What do I have available here? Ah, see, there we have this. I'll do it here. So it's not always such clear thing as, oh, I do wide grip pull-ups or something. It's like, no, whatever. I'll show you when we get started with some training here. And both these guys, Saladin Ilas, says thanks for the answer, and Grind King 88. I'll do the last question, no matter if anything more shows up. I'll do the last questions with Blank here, and then I'll do some training. It's nice that they have the lights on now. Guys, I would appreciate it if you like the stream and you want more of these. I would really appreciate it if you support it with a super chat. Because now I just really felt like it. But there's so many times now when I'm like, I could go live, but it takes a lot of effort when you're not in the energy to do it. So yeah, guys, I'm just saying, basically, I would appreciate the support. It would really motivate me to do more live streams. I am, no matter what, gonna do at least one when I go away. I go to Gotland on vacation tomorrow. Gonna do at least one on Gotland anyway. But for this to be a more regular thing, I'm saying, I would really appreciate it if you would like to support with some super chats. Okay, Blank, why don't more people train neck? I never seen someone train neck here in real life ever. The pencil neck physique looks very bad too. Seeing a lifter with a developed neck and traps is rare. Yeah, I mean, the only people that get some neck development that don't train it directly, it's either just guys on roids, because certain muscles will just grow, you know. Like if you train hard generally and you go on big amounts of gear, it just seems that way. Because roided bodybuilders, I don't see them train neck much, but they often have big necks still. And then, well, I guess some people that aren't enhanced, but just have trained really hard for a really long time. Like my friend Henrik, I have him on the podcast, and I'm going to put out at some point a little nice clip when we're both posing together. Henrik was the guy that also competed in bodybuilding at the same time as me. But where were we? Where were we? What did I say about Henrik? Think about so many things. We talked about, oh, training neck. Yes, that's right. Yeah, that Henrik, he's big overall, but he has a big neck. He looks like he trained neck. He is natural, and but I think it's a CrossFit thing, you know. They do so much volume, so if the neck is involved at all, it's going to be enough work to at least, you know, make some little gains. There's so many mosquitoes here, guys. I wish I had long pants right now. Let's see. Malcolm or Malone Freeman, is it cold in Sweden, hot as hell here in Finland? Yeah, no, it's been very hot. Like I was recording a video earlier, but it started raining real quick, so I had to abort that one. That's also why I kind of felt like going live, because I wanted to post the video, but it just got completely interrupted. No, but basically it's been hot and humid as hell. I'm just wearing this now because I'm in stealth mode, and because I didn't know if there's gonna come another, because it was so sudden, the last rain. Like, I did not see it coming at all. Suddenly it was just this huge rain. No, but it's hot now. It's super humid. Let's see. MC, why did you brag about not getting some for 5 years, then get mad that you wanted to be a therapist to your subscribers. So that's a nice way of putting it, you know. Why do you brag about not getting some for 5 years? That's your fucking framing of the thing. Brag about it. It's like, I haven't bragged about it. This is like, what you guys make up in your head is so fucking silly, you know. I told it exactly the way it is, that the celibacy I'm in, it was sort of half chosen and half a situation I just ended up in, right? I changed my life. I noticed that me, who had a mother wound, always been running around trying to sleep with girls to get validation, right? Suddenly I don't feel this need anymore, but I end up on routine, meeting a few girls, like I think 2 girls from Tinder, right, within like the first half year when I started changing my lifestyle. And, you know, I was unsure at that point, like, I don't really like this. It doesn't seem like putting all this effort for this crap, just sleeping with some stranger, you know. But I knew nothing else, that, you know, guys are supposed to want that, right? As a guy, you're supposed to want to sleep with girls. But so I didn't think too much of it for some time. And then I was at a competition with my choir. This is when I've been training for a little over a year. And so I look ripped, basically. I was in good shape. I was just way smaller than now. But then I go out to a club for the first time. I actually drank a little bit. Still way less than I would have back in the day. But it was like a rare party day for me. And then I noticed in the club how fucking hot I am suddenly. You know, it's not just a look too. I felt good. I felt good about myself. I wasn't this insecure hipster looking for like, well, what girl maybe? And this girl was eyeing me out across the dance floor. And yeah, I knew that she wanted me. And I just walked up to her and said, like, what are you looking at? And then we made out. And this was a very immature girl. She wanted to pull me out in the toilet and have sex in the club. And I'm like, you know, I'm like not quite sure how to deal with this. It's so strange. It's so strange that someone would do that. We have literally not spoken to each other. We just made out on the dance floor, and she's trying to pull me in to fuck her in a bathroom. But some guards show up, and we can't do it. I'm just kind of like, I was like, I was thinking, what should I do this? You know, I go home with her to her place, and she's like asking me all these things, like how many girls have you slept with? And I had to be like, well, I think around 20. And I don't remember the number, but she told me immediately and was not so far off. And I was like, don't tell me that. She was 19. I was 27, or I was going to be 27 that year. Yeah, that's it. No, when I went over with her, and then it was so obvious that she was just faking it. Like, not that she wasn't attractive to me, but, you know, this is what happens with porn to both men and women. We see something, we think that's what it's supposed to be. Porn has destroyed sex so much, and yeah, pretty much she's just imitating some fucking porno, like you know, just acting the way she thinks she's supposed to. And I just think the whole thing is kind of weird. And as I'm, you know, there doing the thing, I'm just like, this fucking sucks. You know, I'm just gonna end this, and then I'm not gonna spend more time doing this in a long time. And she was all like, you know, no, don't finish. I was like, yes, I'm done. And then I decided, not like officially, that, okay, it's celibacy. I'll go on a celibacy and then brag to this fucking loser in the chat that I haven't had sex for 5 years. Like, getting some, it's so ridiculous, you know, you have to try to put it as, oh, I haven't gotten some. Like, I've been trying so hard, you know, being this guy, super jack guy, all like in your face, confident right now. Yeah, it's been hard for me not to get some during these years, right? No, but so I didn't make the official decision that, okay, celibacy now until I'm married, but pretty much like, I'm celibate until whenever, because I have lots of other more interesting shit to focus on. I just want to find the one girl. And then that story is like the one that I protect her. Okay, I'm not telling the entire story. I had to take a lot of shit from you little losers too, that make up in your head what happened there. It was a very tragic story, right? I love this girl, and then I thought she was going to be the last one. But, you know, the years go by, we've met, we've been physical, but, well, things got in the way, and it didn't work out. And so you see, I chose to be like, yeah, well, I'm not going to be a man whore anymore. I'm not, at least, like, not gonna focus on that. I want one girl. Then I think I met her, so I think she's gonna be the last one. I kind of stuck in a situation trying to solve something. It doesn't work out, and now I'm here. It's like I'm not bragging about the thing. That's my life situation, you know. So you just try to put me down for that. But what I will say, I don't think everyone has to do it the way I do it, right? I'm not saying that the celibacy, wait until marriage, that's what you're supposed to do. I realize why it's an ideal in like religions, but I think some of us, especially here in Sweden, people are raised atheist. People cannot help that they are all indoctrinated into, they're not thinking about the thing like that. So it's like my old self. I had to do some mistakes, be a certain way about it, to find that, I don't really give a shit about casual sex anymore. I want to be in a real relationship. But let's say this, to conclude and move on. What might have happened if I hadn't thought that I met the girl that I'm going to be with, maybe at some point I would have been like, okay, it's been 2 years now. Maybe I should see one. Maybe I should just get it out of my system. Now it's kind of been like, it's gone so long that just throwing it away on anyone seems like weird, right? I think it's like having been vegan. Even if you start to suspect that maybe this is not what I should am supposed to do, and you don't just want to throw it away, your streak for years, like just have a fucking hot dog or something. No, you start with something good, right? So I think it's very likely still that, I've been open now that I went to a couple of party situations. What I've been open to is just like maybe making out with a girl a little bit, because, that doesn't feel, that's the thing with sex. That's what I was saying. Even if you're not going to be celibate, people are just way too loose. They treat it as a way smaller, less significant thing than it actually is. But, just kissing someone a little bit on a party is kind of like, it's not as intimate. So I would be open to that. But probably when it comes to actual sex, I think it would have to be a girl I feel like, yeah, I'm going to be with this girl. Okay, a rant. What more was it that you had complaints about? Oh, yeah, I get mad that you wanted to be a therapist to your subscribers. It's like, I used a certain energy. I started to use a certain energy in the video. And to me, as, a brilliant fucking coach, I'm great at what I do. Suck it up, like deal with it. I just am. I'm not really saying that therapists are bad or anything, but in that case, it was that there's a reason a young guy, 18, he has reached out to me many times before. And, he looks up to me and he really gets me. He's very humble. And he asks me for the right things and he gets good advice and he's super thankful, right? Because he has come to me because he can see that, well, Theo, he is like me. He's just older and he found some solutions. Like, yeah, I know that Theo is the guy that can help me. So I gave him good advice. And then that some people's stupid comment is like, oh, well, you should probably look into therapy for that. It's like, do you not understand anything? It's not that I'm better than every therapist and no one should do therapy. I'm not against therapy. Like I said earlier in the stream, I'm never black and white. But I made a video about it. I want to make that point. Like, can't you fucking think for yourself? Is it because someone has a paper that says they're a therapist that they can help someone? Or is it because they actually are equipped to help someone? People are so robotic about these things. And then I was just in a certain mood, sort of like yelling at the camera, and rah! So I'm not mad about it. You're probably mad now. I took my time to really crush you and your stupid questions. This is also a thing I think about sometimes, guys. Like, should I not do that? But I think, I do the best thing. I get to give you a chance to realize how fucking stupid you are, how fucking just pathetic it is to come up with stuff like that. And it's a thing with boundary setting. I want to put people in like bullying, being a nasty person. I want to show people that no, I don't fuck with that. You can go fuck yourself. You're gonna be like that. Okay, let's move on from that now, though. Blank got answer. I realized that my posture is a bit weird, not because of weak rear delts and a slouched back, but my neck muscles are so behind my upper back. Oh yeah, you asked about the neck. We started talking about bodybuilders and stuff. I started talking about who I think has neck development. Yeah, the thing is, it is a strange thing about the neck training, that it's really the most undertrained muscle of all, both for aesthetics, just bodybuilding, right? But for actual health, for the neck, people start getting this kind of thing when they're older. If I strengthened the neck and the entire, of course, deadlifts, rows would help also. No, it is a really strange thing. That why is that the only muscle that is like not normal to train? Super important. That's something I've noticed. Apart from a bigger neck, my neck just feels so much better now. Like more mobile because I do everything in a long range of motion, and Yeah, sturdier, of course. Okay, doing it live, JA. Yeah, guys, hey, I would really appreciate the super chat again, guys. I would be cool if I got at least one before the stream is over. Let me see now, just if someone else has. No, okay. Yeah. No, I can actually. What time is it? Because I'm going to bed a little bit later today. I mean, I'm probably not longer than an hour more. I would stay. Like probably less, like probably max an hour. But yeah. Username. I really admire how hard you worked to get where you are. Yeah, thanks, man. This is what some of these losers don't realize, right? That it just is an insane change that I've done, and I know I talk about it in a certain way, that I just own it. I just say it, like, yeah, it's insane. I've never seen anyone do what I did, but it's a fact, and I want to help you guys. I want to give back, like whether it's just pure natural bodybuilding, give the tools for that, but all the things, because it's so much bigger what I found, right? And yeah, you know, I just appreciate you guys that give me credit. Like, honestly, it's one of those things that the panic attack thing, for instance, I don't need anyone's credit. It was so insane that it's impossible. That's a great way when you have poor self-esteem, high standards on yourself. When you get over something like that, it's just like, it's undeniable that was insane, that was crazy. No one does that. Yeah, where do I want to get to? But yeah, pretty much, yeah, when you have that kind of background, that some people, I don't know, discredit it, think that I would lie about steroids and things. So yeah, I do appreciate you guys that really get it, because while I will give myself the credit, I like to be seen and heard as well. Okay. Malone Freeman, I just ran 9 kilometers here in Helsinki and sweating like a pig. Yeah, been sweating like a pig. In the gym, it's so humid, poor air conditioning, leg workouts on a hot day. It's like I'm dripping almost just by entering the gym. Head crap, Patty, the bouncer saved you from a nasty toilet session. Yeah, because I couldn't bring myself to be very attractive. You know, that's the thing that happens too, guys. Fake people can only attract other fake people. And I guess that's also why some fake people would think like I'm lying about steroids or something, because they're fake. They would lie about anything. So it doesn't matter what you say. They can always make you a liar, because people lie, right? But about people and girls like that, I used to be really attracted to pretty much the porn star look, you know, like blonde, tons of makeup. I would be okay with being fooled by like fake tits. I knew very well that they are fake. They're just exploiting my biology, but I don't care, because I'm just a hedonistic pleasure seeker. But now, when I become real, I don't try to make myself out to anything I'm not. I don't just want to fuck like a doll-looking avatar, you know. I actually want to connect with a person. I see through it. Like now, see fake tits, for instance. It's like she has plastic. She has put foreign objects in herself that are gonna poison her, you know. And what does this say about this person? So yeah. Well, the point is that girl, she didn't have fake tits, but she was this kind of like, use blonde makeup, blah blah. I don't, you know, she's beautiful on the surface, but then really, I didn't feel that way. Malone Freeman, I've been playing with the idea of celibate. I'm 31 and been training and running after pussy since 16. Getting tired of these random hookups who I'm not interested at all. Yeah, man. I mean, I've been around so many guys that, you know, that's the thing. Even though I don't brag about my celibacy, like I said, it's just a situation, half chosen, half just life circumstance. It is what it is. But I've noticed that many guys that have had the same issue, you know, that they run after girls too much. They obsess about it too much. They make it too big of a priority, right? That they're kind of impressed. Because often a question from people that meet me, and maybe I met before, but when I didn't have the body, like, oh, so how does it go with girls now? And I'm like, well, you know, I can tell that I'm attractive, but I don't use it for that. I've been in a celibacy, yeah. And there's like, what? It's crazy, right? So yeah, my thing about it is that I'm not necessarily saying like you should go full celibate until you're married, but definitely, like if you have bad behaviors from it, like do it like almost a no-fap thing, like just stay away, right? And then, you know, if it happens at some point, That's the thing with the not black and white mindset. There is something between complete celibate and being on dating apps and trying to fuck a new girl every day. Harry Crab Patty. A very casual sort of sex does get really old surprisingly soon, especially with all the weirdness, inconveniences, and frustrations with modern dating apps and behaviors in clubs. You know what I mean? You know, two fake people are trying to, you know, fake it on their profile. You know, it's not about putting out your authentic self. It's marketing. How do I come off a way that I think is attractive to another person? So two people that are faking it attract each other. Both are not really attracted to the real person. They're attracted to the fake version that they put out. And yeah, this is why when I've gone on the dating apps, I've just been like, fuck, I can't do this. You know, I'm real. It's like, even if I start chatting with someone I matched with, because I'm like, you know, I guess she looked okay, you know, I just notice immediately that I'm not going to meet this girl. I'm not going to make any effort to meet this girl. Like it's so strange to not feel any interest for this, but you don't know who they are at all from their fucking fake profile. Like when I say fake, I mean that it's actually them, but what they try to present, right? It's like, it's not going to happen. So I did, actually from Tinder too. I met the girl recently. I happened to find like a cool girl, also a life coach sort of girl. So I'll be dating her for a bit now and see what that goes. It's not a big deal. It's not so much to say about it. It's like, it's a great thing. It will lead to something good, whether that's romantic or not. But yeah, let's see. Blank. Having a strong neck is very important for combat sports. It helps prevent concussions and protects you from whiplash or brain injury if you get into a car crash. Yeah. Crap, Patty. Strange enough, I don't like any fake implants on body or face either. It's not strangely enough. Like anyone who is a healthy, pure, you know, reasonable person is going to be like, why the fuck would I like that you put plastic inside your body? You open it up. You put in plastic. That, like I said, most of the time, many times, you know how many girls have gotten some kind of infection from a thing like that and had to take them out? Of course, anyone that isn't fallen away from God, you know, will not like that, right? And there's a degree, it's like with makeup. If someone has a little bit of makeup, for instance, like a little seasoning on the look, like I could see something like that, you know, but it's the complete cake face or fake tits. The fake butts now is even worse. Do you know what's even worse about them? Apart from the ones that do them way too big, so it looks like they have like a diaper and they shit themselves. It's that the butt, any girl can build a great butt. Any girl can build a great butt if she just puts in the work. And she's going to be strong from it. She's going to feel good from it. It's like, it's like with the steroids, right? Like you could do this in a natural way and just feel great and be healthy, but you're going to take steroids and maybe get a worse result than mine and get side effects from it. Same thing here. You're going to get a fake ass, possibly get some infection or something from pay like $10,000 or whatever they cost, when you could have just trained your fucking lower body and gotten strong and healthy and a nice ass. Yeah, no foreign objects. David Sagona. It's funny how, because I just arrived home from a full work shift and now the sun is rising near you. I love a good set or rise. It's not rising. It's going down. Like I'm up unusually late, is what I'm saying. Like I'm not going to go crazy. But like now, most days I would have been asleep for like 1.5 hours. I'm going to quit within an hour. I'm gonna try to train here. I'm just trying. I get stuck. I guess I'm very extroverted today. That's what I said earlier on the stream. I'm exhausted in one way, but also in this sort of like, I'm so inspired. When people say things, I think about things all the time. I have to say this. You see, guys, being a 99th percentile extrovert, it's like, it's not that you want to talk so much. It's like you can't help yourself. Need to express this. Sean Brewer. Hi, Theo from the UK. What are your thoughts on sunmaxing in the winter? Sunbeds or embrace the pale? Well, I think, you know, I think there's an argument to be made for both. There are some unnatural things we can do that still seem to benefit us, like still get sunlight during a time of the year where you naturally, where you live, wouldn't get too much. I think you can get some benefits from that, but I also think we must have adapted to it, you know. So I also think that just doing the best you can in the winter is going to be enough. Like the vitamin D works like that too, right? That you store it in fat. So if you get a really good tan in the summer, and then you get whatever you can in the fall and winter while taking vitamin D, I think you're going to be fine. Do you see what I mean? There's some little biohacks that actually work, like doing it. That's the thing. It's always a balance. Never completely against something or not. Like, yeah, little biohacks. When you don't go overboard with all these tricks, live completely disconnected from nature, but you can do little tweaks. So that's my answer. It's something that you could do, but I don't think it's necessary. And I'll tell you before we move on what I do in the winter. Like the sun is so low. It's so weak and so low in Sweden. Like here where I'm standing, for instance, there will never be sun on this area in the winter because it's trees in the way. But so what I will do is I'll take vitamin D, of course, but the thing is, vitamin D on its own doesn't do the full job. You actually need some light on your skin to... This, I'm not going to claim to know the science, but to my understanding, you still need some light to sort of activate some things from these vitamin D pills that you eat. So while in the summer I try to max and get the morning sun and then as much as possible later in the day, in the winter it's more like, if I can get the dose on a day, I'm happy. If I can get like half hour, there's light on my face, that's a win in the winter, basically. Vitamin D is great though. Yeah, it is, but it's like, it cannot completely replace the sun, is the point. Yeah, the fakeness. Oh, you said, I mean, I don't even care if it's imperfect, but if it's fake, I can't stand it. I'm not religious, I'm a Westerner, I have no moral obligation to not accept it, but somehow I just don't trust it. But you know, you're being a bit too intellectual about it, man. Like your intuition, that's what I am, guys. Apart from extremely smart and jacked, you know, I have one thing that I do is that I follow my intuition. I know that there can be cases when we have like trauma and stuff, our intuition can have been like sort of disturbed. Like we cannot always trust it in every situation. But generally, if you have a sense that I don't like this, it doesn't fucking matter if you follow a religion, or even if you follow a religion but it says nothing about it. If you intuitively feel like I faked it, that's just, it's messed up. It's like, that. It's not, I don't want it. It's like, well, trust that. Trust that. You're in tune with yourself. You know that it's not a good thing. Like, let me put it this way: do you need a religion to you know, to not find extremely overweight people attractive or something, right? It's like, no, you can tell that's just not the good position to be in. Epic sky over there, yeah. I'm gonna train soon. I'm always trying to plow through, and I start talking too much. Weakest Serb. I believe in the natural way of things. Humans have never been able to get shitloads of sunlight in the winter, so it makes no sense that getting it artificially would prove very beneficial. But you also said vitamin D is great though. Look, man, that's what I'm saying. I mostly agree with you, but that's what I see. That's what I've learned, guys. Ever since the start of Uncommon Sense, I was always a very black and white person. You know, it's either this or that. Now, if you're not on my side with this, you are my enemy, and so on. Now, this is good. No, this is bad. This is the right way. This is the wrong way. But I've noticed that there's always some kind of third way, some kind of ratio that's perfect. It's just that doesn't mean 50-50. So when it comes to natural and new things, what I'm saying is like, if you do like 90-95%, as close to like as nature intended, if you will, as possible, you can do some optimizations and enjoy some modern things with the last 5-10%. Like that's, you know, a rough ratio, but do you see what I mean? It's like, because we've always tried to evolve, move society forwards, right? Like, what are we supposed to do? Should we have never invented computers? You know, should we have never invented the stuff that we have? It's like, no, but the mistake we do is we're just thinking about how we can solve certain problems. We're not really, you know, building and moving society forward with what is actually best for human beings in mind. It's more like, how do we make the capitalist machine as productive as possible? But that is not going to be You know, that's not directly correlated with, oh, that's what makes people feel the best, right? And since I said that, I'm not necessarily anti-capitalist. I'm just not, I'm not, again, not black and white, not red or blue. I am third option, third position. Sean Brewer, gotcha, thanks, I agree. Having a tan is slightly addictive though. Oh yeah, I love having a great tan. Trend tan, you know. Yeah, it has to be intuitive. I do trust it. I just wonder where it comes from. Headcrab patty. Well, man, it comes from God, bro. That's what God is. God is truth, love, and everything that is right, you know. It's divine intuition that tells you that. Hey, just don't go there. Like human beings, they say we have 5 senses, you know, smell, taste, and so on. But we have much more senses. You can sense something about it. Trust it, okay? You see, God, it isn't like, it isn't, I mean, I know a lot of people understand that, but it isn't just some old man in the sky. It is the last common denominator. Yeah, well, that's what I said. When I had this revelation myself, that's the way I looked at it, like the final common denominator. Like, if you keep asking why, or where did that come from, where did that come from, you end up with something fundamental, that is God. So if you ask, like, where's your intuition? Like, maybe we can say, oh, something in your brain, or something in your body. But then we keep asking, it's like, yeah, well, it's from God. It's from God. Common sense is God, basically. Does your body gains brains and everything? Does your body know that it's the winter in a northern country to react any differently to the sunlight than normally? Is it unhealthy to eat tropical fruit in winter? That's what I mean, you know. To me, I try to eat a little bit seasonal, but I really don't. And that's a thing that to me seems to not cause too much harm, right? Like, you know, sometimes it can even seem like a silly thing to be thinking about when so many people eat such complete garbage food. Which is not going to be good, like no matter when you do it. So it's like, oh, I eat all whole foods, but I eat some fruit in the winter that are imported here that I couldn't get otherwise. It's like, it just cannot be too big of a deal that you eat a banana in the winter. Other than banana fucking sucky. I hate banana personally, but you see the point. So yeah, I would not worry about that too much, no. Okay, that was the last one for now. Let's actually do some training then, okay? Guys, I'm happy with the super chat. Like, really, I don't want to be begging here, but it's like, yeah, you know, I have to be harsh like this. Like, because if I am to justify doing streams other than at times when I'm just like today, really inspired and just feel like talking, please, guys, I want to do more streams. Alp, do you support doing exercises while in a water fasting? Like, look, go check my videos on the topic. The short answer, quickly, is that I don't really think it's important. Less makeup, the better, J.A. says. Yeah, man. I agree. A little bit. That's what I mean, balance. Not a cake face, but if you have, a little lipstick, a little something, sure. Where were we? What did you ask? So yeah, so about training fasted, I just don't kind of see the point of doing it, because, you know, the way it works with protein synthesis, you know, we store carbs and fat in the body. We actually have stores, carbs, glycogen in the liver and in the muscles, fat just here, right? While protein, we don't really store. There's a ton of mass that is made up of protein, like muscles, of course, but other tissue like skin, hair, ligaments, skeleton, you know. But so you see, there's not really a store for it. Meaning that if you're gonna fast, so that what happens is when you eat protein, the amino acids just circulate in your bloodstream for some time and then they're gone. I think if you eat a huge amount of protein, maybe you have it like going for you for like a day, like 24 hours, but no longer than that. So if I fast and I'm not gonna eat for another few days, what is the point of me completely annihilating my muscles, right? Because I'm not gonna get any protein for it. However, the kind of workout I'll do now here, when I'm not going to do anything hard, I'm just going to do it because it's a little fun on camera, that you could do to just kind of use the body, exercise, stretch things out a little bit, maybe send that little signal that don't catabolize the muscles, body, because we need them. Yeah, but and again, my experience with muscle loss and fasting is that it doesn't really happen. I've never been able to see it. And again, if people just think grand scheme of things, if you're going to go back to eating protein and training after a fast, don't worry about muscle loss even. But that would be one reason to like maybe do one hard set to just stimulate with as little damage caused as possible, to just send that signal, even more so body, please hold on to the muscle. But so, before I finish that one, what I've started doing is to, on the last day, when I'm going to break it anyway, I'll just smash, oops. I started music in my ears. I have like earphones still in. Yeah, I will smash a workout right before finishing a fast. Because then I'm going to be eating right afterwards anyway. And you know, it's a little bro science thing, the growth hormone boost from fasting. You know, the frustrating thing that you think like there's this massive growth hormone boost from fasting, but I'm not eating anything. Like, how am I going to use that to build muscle? Of course, I don't really think it does that much for building muscle. But if it does, that would be the timing, right? Smash the workout right before breaking the fast when you still have the higher growth hormone levels, and then eat. Maybe you get some extra gains from that. Let's make up the better. Okay, guys, you are some guys here. Like, if you haven't, please, guys, I'm asking you, support Daddy Theo, Brother Theo, whoever I am to you, with a super chat, because I would really appreciate that. You know, guys, I honestly wish lately, I love coaching. It's really cool to work with individuals, you know, because you can, yeah, we'll do everything on a more individual level. Like instead of doing, oh, here's a weight loss video for anyone that happens to see it, it's like, here's a weight loss routine for you. Let's talk about your weight loss. At the same time, I'd like to be more here, but I haven't like quite been able to prioritize it. So I'm really asking you guys, please make YouTube more profitable for me, and I'll be more here. But I guess we can just do some pull-ups to begin with here. You know, I actually brought tape and everything if I wanted to train muscle ups, but that's going to be an ordeal. Like, I have to get up there, do the tape, get warmed up. I wish, with the earphones I have now, I wish I had like text to speech. I would hear your chats. And I'm here. This is great. It's been raining. It's like all slippery. That was boring. Like, the most boring thing I could think to do in this gym. There's lots of more fun stuff to do. I'm gonna move on to that. See you guys. Less makeup, the better. Come on, guys, talk to me, because I'm gonna leave otherwise, definitely. Like, I enjoy this, but I'm not gonna be just talking for myself here. I'll do some training, and then I'll see what you guys are up to. Shoulder press. Let's start with a shoulder press. I mean, since I did 5 pull-ups, we'll do some dips first. Where can I put this? There. Can I do this? Thought some carbs before bed. Not many. Like, honestly, just don't overeat. Just don't overeat anything too close to bed. I mean, carbs close to bed, that depends on who you are. Like me, I wouldn't mind having some carbs close to bed. I, again, accidentally started music in my ear. Maybe I'll get undressed a little bit now. At least open this shit up. Okay, do some dips. Like, the show, is it good? Yeah, it works. Saladin, how much muscle did you gain in your first year of training? Let me bring... Oh, super chat. I have to stop for that one. Sean Brewer, thanks for being so open in your videos. You've always helped me reflect on my own shit, and I've learned a lot. Well, I appreciate that, man. You know, I love you guys, honestly, because as you can see, I really... it's so interesting to me to focus on negativity, because it's so many interesting points to be made from that. Like, you know, the super chat here right now. What should I do with that in a video, right? Maybe, oh, see, there are some guys that like me. There's like no point to make about it. But for me personally, it does mean a lot. Like, because, you know, me talking about myself and my stories is, again, it's not just me telling my stories. I want you to start thinking about you, compare it, and find similarities and find answers through my videos. So when you say things like that, I'm just really happy. So I'm happy they have helped you, and thank you for telling me, and thank you for the super chat. So there was the question: how much did I gain in my first year of lifting? Do you have a cardio routine? Okay, so my first year of lifting, you know, it's hard to say. Like, many times when I look at my body weights throughout these years, especially with people not thinking I'm natural and stuff, it's like, but I haven't really gained all that much muscle, it seems like, overall, you know. Like, I weighed something like 83 kilos. I know I weigh 83 kilos now, which is funny. Obviously, I'm like in my best shape I've ever been in right now. Like, very lean, but I'm still not small, right? But I weighed right around, like, this, the weight, both the picture and the weight I'm going off of, that it was never something I took officially, because I'm starting now. I just so happened to know that I weighed myself. I was around 83 recently. I happen to have some pictures. Would you want to know a funny detail? Really funny detail. That these pictures, the before pictures that are, you see the way I look compared to now, right? Those were always pictures I sent to some girl, like when I would like Snapchat with girls and do like sexting and shit, you know. It's actually me thinking I'm so hot. Some girls are into dad bod, and that's another thing, you know, who you are attracted to, you know, because people often want to do that thing. Like, I'm sorry, I'm going on this big tangent. I'm going to go back to the how much muscle did I gain in 1 year. But, you know, people, all girls tell me they prefer a dad bod or something. It's like, well, you've talked to girls that there's something messed up with them, you know. Like, what I mean is that sometimes a girl could be attracted to like a person that happens to be, he has many strengths, but he happens to not be in great shape, so maybe has a little bit of a dad bod. But then as a man, he's attractive enough. But what I mean is, like, my old self, the reason I looked the way I did, it was an expression of like not being the greatest person, not having done good priorities. So you see what I mean? If someone, that's what I realize now. When you are all entitled, like the incels are, it's like, well, would you want to be with a girl that wants to be with you the way you are now? Because she's gonna be just as terrible as you. So that's what I think about my old self. Like, how could I possibly have found the right person for me when I wasn't even the right person for me? But so I weighed like 83 kilos at the start, and skinny fat, you know, like skinny. I was never super skinny, but comparatively, I've definitely lost muscle a little bit due to poor lifestyle. Because I had a little bit from doing sports in my teens and some push-ups and pull-ups in my boy room. That was basically what I'd done before. So I weighed 83. I started bulking, which I didn't need to do, but I was new to everything. I'm gonna train, but I realized quite quickly I don't have to eat this much. I should probably lose weight. I cut down in the end to, I think it was 71 and a half. In my recent videos, I've shown like the first transformation, first 4 or 5 months. I think it was from 83 to 71 and a half. And then I started bulking for, 3-4 months. Then I cut. And what can I have weighed there after that when I was quite lean? I'll bring up some of these things. I have them available, like my 1 year transformation also. I wish now that I had the OPS thing, that I could just bring it up and show you on the screen. But it's hard to say, because I lost fat and gained muscle in my first year. So yeah, like, what can it have been? Can it have been? Like, maybe, if I'm really lucky, 4 to 5 kilos. If I'm gonna put a more honest frame, I don't know, 3 to 5 kilos. Because I went from 83 kilos to probably something like 73, 74 kilos, quite lean, abs, shoulder vein. It's hard to say how much fat was lost and how much muscle was gained. Yeah, but okay, so I don't have a more exact answer than that, but some, you know, something with those numbers. This is one thing I love, guys, that I always wanted when I train. That I'm just gonna put this earphone back, and I'm gonna do some more dips. That you know, dips like this when I'm fully fresh. My chest isn't. You know, I trained my chest last time 2 days ago, so it's pretty much recovered. Then when I just get here to do dips, it's like such an easy exercise. You know, I do 10 reps. It's like nothing. And what I mean by this again is not the usual misconception that I'm just bragging about how strong I am and how easy it is. It's like, it's such a great life experience, you know, that, yeah, if I want to do some dips, some pull-ups, I can just do it. It's like not a big deal. While some people would struggle to do them, right? It's like you have this base level of strength with everything. Okay. Yeah, that was the old super chat. Yeah. Gain sprains and everything. Have you ever thought of taking up martial arts? It's the only cardio I do because normal endurance training is so boring. So I answered a question about this earlier in the stream. That yeah, it's something, one of many things that I like to take on, but I just don't feel I have the time and resources for now. But let's say within 3 to 5 years, when I put hypertrophy training on the back burner, yeah, martial arts are high on the list. Someone asked me about cardio. Thing is, let me see. Do this. About cardio, so funny, it's not like I need these sunglasses now, but I like the look. I don't really do any direct cardio other than spontaneous. Like I went for a run just because I felt like it on a Sunday. But thing is, I have quite good cardio because when you train strength workouts with the intensity that I do and so many drop sets and stuff, like I get from not even just from squats and stuff, I often get a heightened pulse. So a lot of my hypertrophy training is like interval training, you know, and then I walk a lot. So of course, if I like to really perform at a high level at an actual cardiovascular activity, I would have to train more for it. But when it comes to health and having decent cardio, doing this is enough. So you see, if you're someone that's just going to train strength training like twice per week, definitely should probably have a couple cardio sessions in there too. But if you're someone that's going to hypertrophy train really hard every fucking day and do a lot of walking, it's like just for health and general well-being, you're not going to need much more. See, now I'm going to show you a favorite here. It's not nothing special, but one that I just like. It feels good to just rep out. Doing like a behind the neck press with one of these logs. Another super chat before I go, guys. I'd really appreciate that. But just that you chat at all, I appreciate. But yeah. This is an annoying thing when you have the long hair, you know. When it's all long and out, it gets in the way like this. And when you have the, what is it called? What do you call these in English? You know, you don't say headband. We call them toffs, but you know the thing you're a ponytail with. Suddenly, like you can't be on a bench, for instance, and now it's like, you know what? I'm actually, for the last remainder of the stream here, gonna get out of my stealth mode a little bit. Move this coat. Like a new jacket. I'm not familiar with the with the pockets yet. I brought so many things, guys. I've started doing this when I wanted to be a bit more outgoing. Because again, guys, being this kind of weird, uncommon person that I am, do you know that if I want to be social, especially in the summer when people are just gonna be on vacation and floating about and doing that, like now, I was of course engaging with you and just ignoring everyone I saw here. But you know, many times I would go down here and just meet some people, hang out with it, talk a little bit about training. It's like, Well, I come back to it. Clearly, it's a fear I have a little bit, right? To come off as this arrogant guy that's just telling, look, do you see how fucking great I am all the time, guys? All the things that happen to me. But really, I'm trying to pitch that. Like, I wasn't always like this, is the point. And it's so cool to, like, if I don't have anyone, I met a friend yesterday, for instance. Today, I'm social, but I can't get a hold of anyone. Well, now I did a live stream with you, but it's pretty much always on the table to just be like, well, I'll just go outside and see if I find some people. Just shoot the shit with a little bit. You know that I love coaching, and so I've actively gone out to have people come up to me. You know, when I go in an outdoor gym, it's hot and sunny outside, it's so often someone will come up, and then I would just take the chance to plant some seeds in this person. You know, metaphorically, not, you know, you have a dirty mind. These are electrolytes. It's an old juice bottle, but it's electrolytes. I'm big on electrolytes, even when not fasting. Okay, but let's do some more training. Now, guys, I guess I'm gonna do some exercises. Between the sets, I'll get back and talk to you a bit. But then when I've done a few different ones, maybe I'll bring you with me on the way home, if it makes sense. Like have the camera still as I'm walking home. But you know, then we're gonna be done. So here, this is still not heavy enough, but if you take a really wide grip, you go behind the neck. Now, you can at least make a high rep set burn, and just kind of, you know, it's not about building big shoulders, this one. It's just about lubricating them a bit. Honestly, this is also one of those, it's so light that I don't even think it helps to slow down. I actually think a better approach, I always realize this with the set, like rather just pump them out. So you see there, kind of change the form and pace during the set. It's because it's not a real set, right? I would never do that. If it's in the gym, I do a shoulder press stand, trying to progressively overload and push. Then I would be very consistent in my form, right? But now it's just as I go, I'm just like, well, let's just burn it out. It's just about making it burn. See, I have a Solar Night shirt on me. Let's see. As you see something about natural hypertrophy, I'm wondering if you've been talking about him higher up. See, NH is definitely being hyperbolic, but then again, he probably is so sick of his life in Paris. I can't blame him. I'll have to see what he said, but do you know that natural hypertrophy does not live in Paris? Like, in case I've missed that he recently moved back, but when I had him on my podcast, I was surprised. I asked him before the podcast. And yeah, he didn't specify where, but he's in the States. And he's been living there. He's been working there for a long time. So, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, that's the old super chat. Yeah. Was there another one? Did I miss something?